Hi there, it's day 39 of the 6-week challenge out of my mum's garden again, and keeping my voice down a little bit because I don't want the neighbours to hear. Although it's not particularly overlooked, he's still worrying and he don't want them to look at me thinking, who is this weird guy? Well, they know me because I'm her son, but who is this guy talking on the phone and why is he doing that? Because, you know, hey, I'm in my mid-40s and it might seem a bit weird. I'm not a kid who's just doing it, which they all seem to do, although thank God my daughter isn't into it yet, but it'll come. Anyway, so today I want to talk about another food myth or something I saw on a weight loss forum, and again these things, I'm always on there looking and trying to give some advice, but also I get really pissed off because they talk absolute bollocks so much of the time, and this was another one. This was somebody put a comment saying don't drink unsweetened drinks, so because they will cause cancer. In fact, it wasn't on a weight loss forum. I remember now, it was on a program I was watching last night. There's this poor guy who had renal cancer, didn't have long to live, and he was told it was because of the aspartame and that being linked to cancer. However, and that got me thinking, because first off, although I really do feel very sorry for the guy, the studies around cancer and aspartame involving lab rats, not humans, were done at severely high doses, the equivalent of drinking, I think it was 2,000 bottles of Diet Coke every single day in order to get the cancer effects happening. Now, it may be that there will be something found in the future, but at the moment there isn't. And it got me thinking about people talking about insulin spiking, because in one of the weight loss forums they did talk about, and if you have a soft drink which has not got sugar in it, it's got sweetener, it will still spike your insulin. But actually, that's absolute bollocks as well. Now, the studies are that there are some which potentially could, and there was a study with sucralose, and in fact there's been a couple in one study when people did drink drinks with sucralose, they did notice an increase in the insulin and insulin spiking. In another study using sucralose, there was no increase. I wonder if you can hear that. I think it's the neighbour starting to do a drill or do something, so hopefully you can still hear me. The other one is saccharin. Saccharin has been, again, in some studies has shown to spike insulin, but the key ones that people use, like stevia, xylitol, aspartame, they don't cause it. There's no evidence whatsoever to show that they, nor any studies that show that they spike insulin and cause a problem. So, you know, if you're in a mood for a sweet drink, then I would always pick a diet drink above a full sugar drink, because you're going to get that insulin spike from full sugar, you're going to get the extra calories from it. Same if you're having a drink with a mixer, like a booze with a mixer. So if I'm having a gin and tonic, I'll use a slimline tonic. If I'm mixing something with lemonade, I'll use a slimline lemonade or a diet lemonade. You know, same goes on diet ginger beer, all those kind of things. So that's really the thing I want to talk about today and focus on, is apart from the fact of the insulin spiking, there's so much misinformation out there. You need to always check your sources, and even with what I'm saying, please go ahead and check it and Google it and look for actual peer-reviewed studies done on people, and you'll find something that goes both for and against, but you want to look for something which is in the ascendancy. So if you've got more trials that actually show one thing than another, and you look at the information behind it, similar to the Minnesota experiment about starvation, and look at the actual facts behind that, and so many people cite that as a reason for starvation may have been a thing, even though it's not. And it's worth checking into that, and one of my earlier videos talked about that in some depth, so I'm not going to rehash that, but yeah, so please always double check things and look for what is going to be most effective for you, and also not cause you any harm. But don't believe the bollocks, don't believe the hype. The simple facts of the matter are, if you want to get in shape and get yourself sorted fully once and for all, you need to restrict your calories. That's really, really important until you hit your target or get near to target weight, and then you can do some kind of slight restriction like I'm doing at the moment. Apart from that, number 2, you need to be more active. You need to walk, preferably. If you can't walk, if you can do more, then move into doing more advanced exercises. Weight training for guys, we need to have some strength training. It's critical for us, especially as we get older. We're losing muscle mass every year. I think it's 1% a year we lose. from the age of 30, or it might be a bit younger than that. So you need to be training and do some strength training, and ideally, if you can, some HIIT training, which, you know, as you get slimmer, as you get fitter, you'll find it easier to do. And actually, it's, you know, quite enjoyable. Well, actually, it's not true. It's not enjoyable. It's bloody horrible. But in a short period of time, you can get a lot of work done. So if you're time starved, like most people are, time poor, then you can get your exercise in and out of the way nice and quickly. And number 3 is you need to sort out what's going on here. And that's actually the number 1 thing. Now, you might be able to do that on your own, or you might, like me, need to get a support network around you. I generally believe in support networks. I believe in other people and professionals being able to help you with that. So those are the 3 things. Probably the most important one, as I say, is your head. Second, what you eat. Third, the exercise. So that's all there really is to it. There's no rocket science here. It's just doing things the best way you possibly can and hacking those things to do it in the most efficient way possible. So that's all I have to say today. I will speak to you tomorrow, which will be Saturday. Take care.